Welcome to Hell, the podcast for sinners, where you send us your tales of iniquity and we offer our infernal judgment.
So you died, get over it, we have. You think you're the first to be plucked up by a long gangly man in a fashionable cape and whisked off to giant country.
Put down that snozcumber, set aside the Frog Scotland, gallivant through the fiery gates for a good old-fashioned gossip with me, Daniel Fox, comedian, Victorian fringed lampshade, and Hell's resident receptionist.
And moi, Dane Buckley, comedian, sixth Spice Girl, and lapsed angel. Darling! Note how I said sixth correctly there.
Well, that's how I would always say. I would never, in my right mind, say
17 October 9 last year. Here we are.
I used to fancy all of the evil giants.
Of course you did.
That was one of my sexual awakenings.
Between those and Hercules in Disney's Hercules' father.
Zeus in Disney's Hercules, yeah.
Also, you got a little glow in your face when you said snozcumber.
Snozcumber. Put down that snozcumber, you naughty man.
Weren't you jealous of his little camp cape, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also his lovely cottagecore house, which is where I imagine you live, actually. I've just realised when I imagine your house...
There is a vibe of it,
yeah,
you're right.
because I've seen all the photos, like lots of wooden... I can't believe I've not been over your house. But were you not jealous of the bath that he draws her?
Oh,
with that, like, dark green liquid, and it looks so hot.
Yeah, it really was.
And she gets in and she's like... And then it's
just
lovely.
the jars and glass and vessels of all different things.
With like shiny,
sparkly. Is he West Country accented? I can't remember.
I think he is a bit, yeah.
Yeah. I remember thinking she's shy of a tweezer.
Those sorts of dreams. Yeah, I think he is, isn't he?
He's shy of a tweezer, though. There's a lot of it here.
Him.
Yeah.
Yes, he needs some of that that Turkish barber thing where they have the flame and they burn away. The what?
A giant Turkish barber.
A giant Turkish barber. The BFG2. R-rated, XXX rated. The big fucking giant. Anyway, how are you?
Very well, my darling. Saw you recently. We went to Hadestown.
We went and saw Hadestown together.
It was gorgeous. It was your gift to me for my birthday.
Yeah, fun. And also very on theme for this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Music's so good.
So good.
So good.
Try and see it if you can see it, if it's anywhere near. But otherwise, find it on all the music sites, the album. It's like, what is that music style? Like Southern US, what is that word?
Yeah.
Southern soul? No.
It's such a combination. There's going to be elements of like folk and gospel and stuff in there, but like
rhythm and
old school jazz, like blood, sin, gin and jazz kind of.
So
all of that. But like also redefining like the musical genre, like the songs and stuff was so interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had my favourites in the cast. Absolutely.
Yes. The fates in it. It's like the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, but told through this like modern cool music.
The campness of those fates.
The campness of the fates, which is three women with fans doing fan choreography.
And sometimes just strutting to the front and back again.
Yes, just doing a walk of it, taking a turn around.
Yeah.
We were sitting next to, and specifically
Speaking
me,
of hell,
a tiny child.
Oh, my
early
God.
sin bin from me.
Yeah.
Young children in shows that are not appropriate for them.
Yeah.
Because it's not a scary show, it's not a sexy show particularly, but he was 5.
Yeah, if that.
And I think Italian, or like certainly not an English speaking child.
Didn't have his papers on him.
And I said to him, do you have your papers on you? And
Name the Prime Minister from the years 1980.
When was the Battle of the Boyne? No, but there's
12th of July, do not raise that, you bastard.
But there's no way he understood a word. So I don't blame him for being quite disruptive.
That was parents being like, we're tourists, we want to see this.
Yeah.
The child will be fine. Newsflash, it was not fine.
It's not fine.
It didn't know about whispering. It was making loud. And the dad kept doing a kind of, you're okay. And if people looked, because I was giving the dad filthies.
Yeah, I kept hitting the child.
Yeah, the dad was doing like, you're fine, you're doing well. It's like, no, you're not. You're ruining this for everyone.
Yeah, you're ruining this. We were like quite near the front.
Yeah.
Don't sit with your tiny child quite near the front of a loud thing which he doesn't understand a word for and has to sit through.
Yeah.
I don't blame the kid, but he has to sit through for like 2.5 hours.
You could have just left him in the galley or something. You know,
take him to see Peppa Pig.
Yeah. Also, don't come back for the second part.
Oh my God!
Like after all the gays have been giving you evil looks.
Yeah. Also, we were prime I don't even know, like Grey Gardens, Ugly Sisters, like vicious old woman energy, because me and Dane are both trying to be healthy. And we were sitting there, and instead of getting snacks or anything like that, Dane had brought in multiple varieties of crystallized ginger for me to try. Because we've been doing it. So instead, we sat there occasionally just eating a tiny piece of the most potent fucking crystallized ginger. We must have looked like two wasps.
But then I would lean forward and just cut a dirty look to the child and then back again.
We were the witches.
Yeah, oh
we
my God, that's
glaring at this child, eating raw ginger, and then trying to listen to our ancient Greek tragedy. Anyway.
Yeah, it also had Pride. London Pride was Saturday.
Yeah.
We had lovely weather, but it was absolutely mad. It was a long, long day. But so many deviled eggs in the audience, which was nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's so nice.
And the one particular person, I mean, she didn't have the time to learn our names, although I can't speak about that.
No, you don't know a single name.
No, exactly. And she said, you'll love this. She said, I saw you do tour support for Rosie and I loved it. And then I've listened to your podcast and I love that other boy too. I've seen his show as well. And I was like, oh.
The other boy?
The other boy.
How generous.
I'm the other woman, you're the other boy. I thought that was lovely. But Pride was gorgeous. It really was. It was massive this year.
I missed it because I was in Oxford.
With your wife?
I was with my wife. No. On Pride, I was in Oxford doing a gig to dozens of people, tens of people in that room. And they really enjoyed some of it.
Do you know, I was a fooligan because I agreed to do a gig on a boat. You know that gig in London. Yes. And the boat rocks.
Yes.
The boat rocks, and I didn't drink much water in the day, and I was like,
feel...
I'll be fine. And I looked at the window, and the window moved down, and the window moved up, and it moved down. I thought, I just have to hold this in.
I felt sick on that during that gig.
Yeah,
before.
And everyone I know who doesn't feel sick on boats feels sick on that one because it's stationary, but it's rocking.
And there's something about standing and performing and everyone else is sitting down, and it's for anyone who's not been there's a gig that is on kind of like a barge, almost like a big barge that's tethered in on the Thames in London, and you perform. But I did my Chortle student comedian semi-final on that barge.
Did you?
During a storm.
During a storm? Did you cause the storm? Your powers?
I conjured the storm to throw the other acts off the boat. I got through.
I mean, listen, lots of lovely hot lads bumping into you as they walk down the corridor. Oh, gosh.
Oh, sailor.
Do that again twice by accident.
Before we carry on with what we've been up to, drinks.
Yes.
Drinks.
Yes, your duty today.
My duty.
Your duty.
I have prepared the drinks in our, to be named shortly, sparkly, gay, hellish vessels.
Shall I have a taste first?
Yeah, I'm calling it Frobscottle in honour of...
brand.
The intro today.
I hope it doesn't have like just bits of tapioca that you're... Oh, I like when you do a nice one. It always thwarts me.
Have you ever had anything like this before? I suspect you have.
It's giving me Singapore sling vibes.
Yeah. It's
the drink, not the dress.
Oh, I'd love if we both came in like sarongs.
Oh my God, let's do that.
You in a sarong, me in a slip.
Well, Minasari.
Yeah. It is reminiscent of a. No, I never know how to say this. Caipirinha.
No,
of a daiquiri. It's sort of a that.
Yes,
it's a bit of daiquiri.
I would say caipirinha, but forgive.
Well,
and what's in a caipirinha? Cachaça, which is that kind of syrup they use.
Yeah. Lime.
Yeah. And an alcohol.
Is it white rum?
I think it is. Yeah.
It's definitely like a daiquiri.
But this is elevated though. This is more than that. This has like a something.
A tang.
A tang.
What's the tang of the Frobscottle?
Oh gosh.
What is the tang?
I thought I
recognised.
recognised.
How have we evoked the tang of the thing?
Married men juice. Tears of a married man. Not pineapple because it's not as sweet as that, but.
Just like a married man, you can eat the skin.
Oh. I'm blushing. Kiwi?
Yeah.
Kiwi. Can you eat the skin of kiwi?
Can you eat the skin of a married man?
I mean, honey. Have you seen my OnlyFans?
Devouring. What's that film where... Who is it? Is it... No. Famous actor. It might be Scarlett Johansson. She swallows men whole.
Oh, gosh.
It's kind of like a dark comedy. Horror. Under the skin. Thank you, Yanis.
Under the skin.
Under the skin.
Have you tried the yellow kiwi? I haven't, but I've seen her in the shadows waiting.
I haven't, but I'd like to.
The golden one.
I know. Have you tried a kiwi berry?
No.
The size of a grape. Bite into it. What's inside kiwi?
Have you tried the kiwi bird?
Have you tried a kiwi man?
There is the bird. There's a bird called the kiwi.
Yeah, I know. Of course there is. That's what.
It's extinct, isn't it?
No, that's what. When you
Kiwis
call
are
someone a
named after
kiwi, when you call someone from New
Yeah, I
Zealand a
thought
kiwi,
isn't it near extinction?
well, it might be endangered. It's like the little one with the long beak. Little
Yeah,
brown bird,
it has
long
no
beak.
wings. So land animals, like when we brought dogs and rats and
Yeah,
cats,
they got
killed
them.
them.
But it's not like the dodo where it's.
That poor little chubby frogger. We salute
Anyway,
you, Frog Scotland. That's a lovely
it's a
drink,
kiwi
honey.
daiquiri, basically. I've made a kiwi daiquiri, and I think it's nice.
No, it's very nice, full stop. It's very nice, semicolon, for you.
Yes, thank
Because
you.
normally, like yours taste like potpourri.
Do you
and
know what it
alcohol.
is? I think because it's. I'll tell you what I absolutely.
Did
I'll
you
tell you.
juice
I'll
the
tell
kiwi?
you. Just hold on one second. I'll tell you, listener, what I absolutely despise, and that is a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh, such a basic bitch.
What a basic!
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
sorry if you drink it, but elevate yourself.
It's not
to
even
a-
real strawberry. It's some frozen
No,
shit.
it tastes like the stuff that they squirt on top of a 99 ice cream.
Yeah, and the kind of people that order it as well.
Have first
Have
off,
some respect.
have some fucking respect for yourself. First off, a daiquiri in itself, lime, delicious.
Yeah.
That is nice in itself, and it's sweetened a bit.
Yeah.
Second off, anything else? Have a raspberry daiquiri. I'm sure that's delicious.
Listen, don't get me wrong. If you need to get shit faced, I don't mind you doing an aftershock shot, or gin or something like that. But just something about the strawberry daiquiri.
Once in a blue moon, it's nice to have a night of tacky drinks.
Yeah.
And that I'll accept.
Yeah.
But as your go-to, I obviously think it should be something with olive juice in
Oh,
it.
no. Okay, you've
It
lost
should
me.
be something that tastes like petrol. It should be something disgusting.
And I think it should be something with an umbrella and like a flag of pineapple on the side of the glass. I think people should know your sexuality based on the
Yes.
glass.
Well, I think both of us are still radiating that with my dirty martini and your.
I did have
twist on
pina
it.
colada, but yes.
Pina colada, yeah.
Well, that's a very nice drink. What have you been up to, darling?
I've been at River Cottage. I took mother to River Cottage. We went to, which is it was a TV show.
Retirement home for mermaids, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, yes. It
Took you a
is-
while to get that joke there, didn't it?
Yes, it did take me a second to clock that.
Should we explain to the Americans what River Cottage
River
is?
Cottage. There's a show.
Way of life.
There was a show like 15, 20 years ago that was called
Yeah.
Escape to River Cottage. It was the chef Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall. He moved to the countryside to a tiny, cute cottage in Dorset, and he grew all his own food. And then was like, "This is how you live off
Yeah.
the fat of the land."
But it's very much, here is chutney I put into a glass jar. To make glass, you burn sand. Like everything is made from
Lovely.
scratch.
I've made a traditional at one point, one episode, he's made a traditional medieval eel trap out of weaving the basket, and then he puts it in his little river, and then he catches an eel and blah blah.
Yeah. It's like if Barefoot Contessa was a hippie.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you can go
Didn't
there.
have a gay husband to keep her busy.
Yes. Yeah. God, I love her.
I love her. And by that I mean the husband.
Yeah.
I
That'd
love
be a great drag name, the Bareback Contessa.
Oh, that is a great drag. I
probably
love
been done.
when she's like just 9 sticks of butter. She just throws the butter in. You're like,
Just
wow.
throw them in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, sorry, River Cottage.
Jeffrey, the husband. Jeffrey's half
Little
entertaining.
pink cardigan
Yeah.
wrapped around with his friends. Oh yeah, I know.
Jeffrey's half entertaining the boys.
I know what Jeffrey's up to.
Anyway, so you can go to this place now and you can do cookery classes. There's also a lovely farm shop. It's a thriving, beautiful farm, and everything's organic. They shame you into being there's a little, because we stayed overnight in one of the cottages, and it had a note that was like, if you've brought any single-use plastic onto this facility, onto this land, please remove it and take it with you. Do not bin it here.
Oh, delicious.
How glamorous.
You said that's my mother.
Yeah.
I will not.
As I folded her back up and put her in my tote bag. Anyway, we had a lovely bread making day. We made focaccia.
Was it a course of people?
It was a course of 10 of us.
Any hotties?
The chef. I mean, sorry if he's listening, but he was fit.
But also, hey. I
Yeah,
did
really
a cooking
lovely.
course in Tuscany years ago with my mum. We had such a great time, and I made sure to take pics, and I've got that picture in my kitchen. But it is lovely because you can pass it on to your dog.
Yes, I'll pass that down to my dog Paddy. Am I right in remembering you did that course in Tuscany?
Yeah.
And you were like, how lovely time for a traditional Tuscan lesson. And then the chef was...
From Ireland.
Fully from Ireland.
How are you? Sit yourself down and we're ready. We were like,
Traditional Tuscan way of making.
Is there anyone else who could do this?
Hey, in we go.
And what we didn't realise, what you make went into a massive vat that was all cooked together.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
And also we were looking at some of the snotty people making stuff and be like, But also...
Let's just boil that at 120 degrees.
Yeah, and me and Mum were hungry, so we made I remember us going, sorry, we've got more than 4 bits of tortellini. We had 6 in our thing. Can we get our 6 back? Because we were starving. But you just drink more wine as it goes on, and it was grand. But I didn't fully know that's how they were doing it.
No, I don't like that. I wouldn't want that. I want my own individual station.
Yeah, but after 2 bottles of wine, I was like, yeah, come on, that's free love. Free love. What's that? I believe this tooth is yours, madam. Well, they also took us to the market and we got to see
I like
the produce. Because an Italian can do half an hour on broccoli.
And you also can do half an hour on broccoli. And so can I. That's why we're friends.
True.
So that's what I've been up to. Have you been up to anything else? Pride? Hadestown?
Yes, and I've been coming to a place of accepting it's time. It's time I transition to someone who's going to start dating again.
Oh.
I know, shut up.
Because you teased us with that earlier in this season.
Yeah.
How's it going?
The public have demanded, saying they'd love to hear my dating tips, because famously my dating ends in either me shitting on myself or his wife coming home. Traditionally,
yes.
Yeah. So I will start doing some dating tips maybe in another season.
What are you, okay, beginner steps.
Yeah.
Apps, and which apps are you going on?
Right, I haven't started it yet.
Okay.
I like to be dramatic, and I think we need the full power of Lunasa.
Mum's
August.
Net.
What?
Mum's Net is where you'll begin.
Mum's Net.
Looking for what about DH, dear husband.
I think August. I'll take the power of the summer. Mm-hmm. I mean, the apps have really gone downhill. I just can't.
That's
buy
what
the
I've
apps,
heard.
But I'm going to have to go there. I'm going to have to do Hinge.
Hinge.
Is that what you have to? Two truths and a lie. I mean, listen.
Yeah. I think there's some new gay bits on there. I think they've tried to do a push for
gay bit.
A little bit of gay bit.
But I'm going to get back out there because I just feel sorry for the public, me not being out there dating. It's also good for material. It's what you do. And also I'm emotionally available now, I think.
Well, you've been a busy girl.
I made a choice not to date whilst doing comedy because, hey, comedy is my favourite person. Mm-hmm. And I did 500 gigs in my first 2 years. You know what I mean? I had to hit it. I would have, if I was on a date, I would have walked out halfway if someone was like, Joe Lycett wants you for a gig. I would have been like, bye. Yeah. I'm off to do that.
Ta-ta.
And now we'll still be doing that. Yeah. But I want to get the numbers and be like, hey, I'll take you out for dinner tomorrow to make up for it. But just.
And okay, if we're putting out to the universe to manifest, or to one of the many lovely women listenings, brothers, cousins, whatever, to put in touch with you, who are we manifesting for you at this time and place?
Well, listen, people can be very shallow in society.
And you want one of those.
And they're worried about looks. Looks are not important to me.
No.
Because I provide those. I provide conventionally good looking an arena for that. So I'm willing to take a 6, a 5.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I don't see that for you.
Well, it's a gay 6 or 5.
Okay.
Obviously, we know in straight terms that's
7.
a 12, I think, isn't it? But I mean, I am really attracted to someone who's fun, funny, kind. I have to say this because the part of Kent I live in didn't realise how to specify. Own teeth.
Own teeth.
Teeth. Both eyes, generally. And ideally not racist.
Yes.
But basically just nice, fun, a good face. Mm-hmm. I do... Listen, I'm not going to slim shame, but I do like a few pounds on a lad.
Yes, you do.
I do. I'm accepting of that lifestyle.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's so bonded over.
But yeah, I don't really. Do you know when people have an ideal, they talk about what they look like? I don't know what mine looks like. It can change so much. Yeah. All of my exes look completely different and are completely different.
Because if I said to you, it's probably going to be a brunette, fun-loving Turkish rugby bear, you'd be like, I don't know if I want that, really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds delicious. I've done all that bit now. That was for my mother. In reality,
7 inches, brunette, brown eye.
Break me, hurt me, pick me up, stick me back together with whatever substance you need.
White tack.
Yeah. I think the most important things are out. I need them to be out. Yes. I need them to be fun. I need them to be independent. And I need them to be alive from the waist down. I am Irish. I am Indian, Catholic guilt, Kama Sutra. Yes. I like a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I see it for you. I'm very excited to start hearing dating stories coming in.
Do you know what I would say though? I don't think I'm a type. You know, people have tribes of bear, otter. I don't fit into any. I mean, listen, do I therefore love the drama of being like...
No, I think you do. What's
No,
the one...
finish my speech. Sorry. They couldn't cast me into the role. Go on then. What did you want to thought?
Well, no, but isn't there one on Grindr for people over 60? What's that label?
Dead. It's the Ouija board. But I don't seem to fit those.
No. I still think that there is like a real market for someone to come up with the term that is whatever you become post-twink.
I mean, I didn't come out of the womb as a twink.
No,
I was never a twink.
well, I once was.
Yeah,
No,
you were a retired twink, Daniel Fox.
Yeah, what's the post that? Because all the rest of them are generally named after animals.
Couldn't I just be tribeless? Just off the tribes, off the forest.
A lone wolf.
A lone beautiful wolf, but without much facial hair.
Yeah.
I just... I've got all the ethnicity, none of the hair.
Yeah. Okay.
My ex used to be... He was fully white. He was so hairy. I used to tease him when he'd be naked. I used to say, "Oh, darling, take that jumper off." Absolutely. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. Well,
I'm excited for... And maybe in season 2 we'll have a Dane's dating tips. Or
I'll be dating them with you. I'll be like, I've just got to get Dan to check. Dan, what do you think of it?
On video call at the date. Like, not that one, my love. Not that one. Not for you.
Swipe. Just slap them.
Well. Oh. Hey.
Hey.
We hinted at this earlier. We fished for names.
Yes, but before we fish for names, did you just throw aside the gift I brought you?
Well, no, I didn't know when you wanted to do them.
I want to do them now, in fact.
Doing them now.
These are candy from America.
Dane has brought candy from America.
But specifically Mexican candy.
Or rather, your friend,
Sarah.
Hi. Who I get Dane refers to as American Sarah.
American Sarah, because I have so many Sarahs in my life.
Much love to American Sarah. And
she brought us loads of stuff from America, didn't she?
So much fun stuff.
What are those cookies again that Karen Walker has from Will and Grace that we wanted?
Mint Milano.
Mint Milanos.
Every day I have one Mint Milano.
Don't tell my doctor. So let's start with this one.
Okay, we're going for
Have you ever had Mexican candy?
Never, and I'm so excited. Stop! My parents are in Mexico right now.
Oh, stop.
Like, arrived just now.
Spanish for stop. Are they? Really, have they?
Yeah. They went to... What is Spanish for stop?
I can't remember.
French is arrête. Anyway,
I never did, so I never did stop. So
they flew to Dallas yesterday. Now they're in Mexico. So
just get this in your mouth and tell me what you think. Ooh!
But I was just thinking I could get them to bring some sweets back. Ooh,
yeah, party time.
What's this?
It's tamarind. Isn't that a dance on your tongue?
Okay, we're tasting pulparindo. I'm sure I'm butchering that.
Hot and salted tamarind pulp candy.
For anyone listening, it's like
a name.
It's like a brown rectangle.
Yeah.
Looks like it's gonna be chewy. It's not chewy.
Isn't it delicious?
It's like if raisins were flattened into a rectangle and then there was chili in them.
But also the sourness of tamarind. And my friend was going on about it, and I was like, how good can it be? And then we were in Mexico. We were in Tijuana. Senor Frog, shout out. And I tried it, and I was like, it's life-changing. And there is something similar in Indian cuisine.
Is there?
Yeah, like a street food. I mean, tamarind is big in Indian food. But
That's nice.
Isn't it lovely? Well, I can give you more. Okay, try the second one.
Oh, it's like, now my mouth is doing that sour thing of going like...
And it would make anything afterwards taste.
I'm just reading sterilized ground guajillo chili.
Have you ever tried... Oh, I know what you can get your parents to bring you back. Mexican cola.
Oh, yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, it's different, and they use a different sugar. The panela sugar.
I'm out of that.
All right, try this now.
Now we'll try pulparin dots.
These are...
Watermelon flavoured. Little green balls.
A name. Oh! Right. I love these. They really get the mouth, the taste dancing, don't they?
Oh my gosh,
Is this good podcasting?
Is this good podcasting? Do let us know.
Two gays.
Do you like it when we sort of just try things? I don't know. Sometimes you think, oh, let's throw something else into the format. It'll be a little bit of fun. Here we go. This is what we're eating if you're watching on camera.
They are so good.
It's quite like a floral taste to it. Like,
Yeah.
and this sounds negative. It's not. Almost soapy.
I know what you mean.
It's
I
watermelon.
love you said that and popped another one in.
It's watermelon flavour, but there's almost like a lavender, like a violet in the background.
But I think that's the sourness of the tamarind accentuating everything.
I think it's the titanium dioxide. Red 40.
Well, we got a lot of products from America. They do not muck about with what they bleached flour. Just said bold like that. At least over here, we have the decorum to give it another name.
Heavy metals. Like 40 ingredients in a donut.
Oh my God. You mean the packs of which you took two?
Yeah. I mean the packs where I took to eliminate them all.
But lovely, no?
Oh, delicious. So delicious. Wouldn't be allowed within 40 feet of River Cottage, but delicious. Fun. Okay.
Right. Shall we mostly go over to our sin bin?
No, we shan't go to the sin bin because we're going to talk about the names of our beakers.
Oh my God, that cocktail after that tamarind.
Strange taste.
It's strange taste.
Oh, we've got green tongues.
Ribbon frogs.
Little deviled frogs. Okay. Hi, deviled eggs.
Yeah.
We put out a clarion call, a phrase I've always loved. Clarion call for, if you're listening, if you don't watch, we drink from...
Why are you not watching?
Why aren't you watching on YouTube or Spotify? We drink from the most ridiculous Diamante-covered kind of beakers, is what we have these cocktails from. Here's some ASMR for you of the Diamantes being scratched gently.
They're delicious.
We wanted to name them. We put out a call for the names. People have contributed ideas.
I said Susan and Janice. He said no.
So we've had some suggestions, and we're going to pick a favourite. Now, would you say Sarah or Sarah? Sarah with no H.
I don't like a Sarah with no H. I don't know why they're going for that. That's Sarah then, right?
I like to call it Sarah.
I
think it's a very glamorous way of saying it.
But I know the Americans believe they call that Sarah as well. To be fair, Stevie Nicks in her song Sarah also does that.
We'll say Sarah, but if it's Sarah, then hi Sarah.
And then buy yourself a little H on eBay or Etsy.
or rebrand to Sarah.
Yeah, that's
very glamorous.
Yeah, ideally.
Anyway, has suggested Goblets of Fire, which I enjoy.
Good. Also, name you've done stand up. Catherine with a K, she suggested Chaos Chalice because the contents are frequently chaotic.
Which is very
not
true.
wrong.
Yeah, literally. No,
still a little bit of beetroot in mine, but
no idea what you're going to get from it. Elle said Demonte tumblers, which I like. Demon.
I do like that.
Demonte.
Martine said cursed vessels. A name.
Lou said a suck it and see.
So our winner, Angela Marie, no hyphen, Unholy Grails.
Unholy Grails. Cam.
Great name.
Evil. Bit of fun.
Yeah.
What's in our Unholy Grails today? No one knows. Let's find out.
Little shout out though to Rachel who come up with a really good runner-up.
I think this might be an alternate name.
Yeah.
I think they might have two names.
Maybe the European market has this name.
Because it's quite fab.
Deviled Kegs.
Deviled Kegs.
That is delicious. Isn't that a wish? Shall we give both of those a cameo?
Yeah, listen. Hi, guys. If you're listening and you want one, you might be like, I don't fucking want one of those. Let us know. Email at reception@helppod.com. That's the front desk email. If you would like a cameo of us saying anything.
Or one Mexican candy.
We're precisely one Mexican candy. Yeah, let us know. We can, we'll record.
Unholy Grails, / Deviled Kegs.
Deviled Kegs from our deviled eggs. Should we do sin bins?
Let's do a sin bin.
Any new listeners listening? Dane, explain what a sin bin is.
I'm mid-chew, you do this now.
I saw you pop another one in. So every week, Dane and I like to come up with new sins for the modern day.
So quickly.
Dane is hurriedly chewing. We come up with new sins for the modern day to replace the tired, boring, outdated demo day classic deadly sins, which are not so deadly anymore.
No.
It's actually Pride Month. Thank you very much. And next month is Sloth Month. Thank you very much. And sloths are endangered. Thank you very much. Anyway, so we're coming up with modern sins. We aired one earlier, children in age-inappropriate plays, actually. But we have others. I have a listener sin bin. This is a listener contribution.
Okay.
This listener would like to contribute the Stanley Cup.
Oh, I love that performance there. Do it again.
The Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup.
Made me moist.
The Stanley Cup. Why spend so much money on what is essentially a tin straw? People who own Stanley cups are the real issue, as they seem to think they are on top of the world for just drinking water. Also, the name Stanley Cup sounds like a form of male contraception from the 1950s. Which I completely agree.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Like, I for a while. Also, they came out of nowhere. I feel. Do you remember? Like last year. I mean, maybe I've just missed a trend, but I feel like late last year, everyone just suddenly had these gigantic cups.
They just get a trend, don't they? Do you remember the year before though? There was those massive ones, like with
the gym
marker.
ones, that literally look like barrels.
Who was walking around with that?
Gym bros. And it was lovely to see. Yeah, Stanley Cup. Okay, I'm on board. Sure. Yeah. I kind of listen. I know that there's a parallel world where I am one of those girls, where I've got my tight active wear on, and I'm waddling over to the gym with my giant Stanley Cup. Yeah, my Lululemons, and I'm waddling over to the gym with my giant Stanley Cup to do 3 minutes of slightly inclined walking on a treadmill before having an affair, bitching with my friend, and heading off home.
Randomly. Bitching with what friend? Sorry.
You wouldn't know her?
She's dead to me now. They also... You didn't read out the last line, but they also... No, go on.
No, I was just going to read out the rest of it afterwards.
I
just wanted to address the Stanley Cup.
I didn't want you to miss out on a compliment. Heaven forbid. We know we've had emails about my skin, my eyes, my thighs. And I thought, lovely for you to have a little compliment. And
all from the same email address always, isn't it? So it's Dane Buckley Comedian at btinternet.com. It was the only ones that were around in the 90s when the internet came up. Yes, this deviled egg also said, love this show so much. It's helped me get through the final parts of my college exams, and I've listened to each episode several times. Cute. Particular attention should be paid to Daniel's cuticle game, Drop the Manicure Regimen, which is lovely because I bite my nails.
Yeah.
Like, historically, they're all right at the moment, and like, I am in a continuous battle with not biting them.
How close did this listener watch the video that they saw your cuticles?
Very closely and multiple times.
Like just you grasping the...
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, it feels it's lovely to have it.
Let's have a little look at the cuticles.
No, I don't want you to look at them.
Let's have a little look. How could they even notice cuticles in that albino serpent?
All just looks the same.
Yeah.
But no, lovely to have a little compliment of the nail. I mean, what do? I just moisturise 9 times a day.
No, but you do eat well, and there would be something in that.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Okay, I've got one. My sin bin. Stupid questions that are obvious. Really, really. I don't know why it triggers me. It gets my tits. I'll be at the sink filling like a glass of water, and someone says, what are you doing? Like, what do you think I'm doing, fuckface? I just want to smash that glass into their face.
When they ask you, even when they spell out what you're doing to you.
Yeah.
Oh, are you drinking that water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting in your car? Yeah. I'm in it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Annoying.
What are you getting? Something from the fridge. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
I don't know why it really gets... I think because it's... I mentioned this before when someone just says your name and not the question. Dane. I'm like, why are we wasting time? I don't have much left. But it really gets on my tits, just obvious questions. And it makes me want to be like, what do you think I'm doing? I just reached for the ketchup. What do you think might be? I was going to squirt it on my tits and wear it to the Oscars. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Or put it on my chips. You know?
I agree.
I'm getting a bit cranky. I'm going to have to lose
You are getting cranky in your old age.
I'm going to have to lose all of this for dating.
Yeah. Get it out now.
I love when you ask me obvious stuff. I have missed that.
Don't you love when he says your name? No. Spit it out.
Let me get all this out now so that I can pretend to be a half well put together package.
Lovely. Yeah, to be lovely. Calm.
I'll be on the phone to you, be like, just ask me this question. Why are you putting a hot water bottle into bed? What do you think?
I can't wait for you to move in with someone.
Oh, damn. Well, you know a lot about me, and my arguments are famously.
Yeah, and hearing about your day-to-day, very particular ways being interrupted by some, let's face it, bumbling buthoon bear is what you're going to end up
going to be sexy,
with.
but...
Yeah, useless. Probably good at,
like, the correct way to flush the chain.
No. They're not going to like arrange the begonias correctly.
I had a massive argument with my ex over how he chopped vegetables. I was like, sometimes it can be nice to do it as if it hasn't been attacked and pillaged by Vikings, and so that the vegetables can cook at the same time.
Does he listen?
No.
I wonder if any of my exes listen.
That's why I really go for it. I really like name drop. We had a massive battle called Saladgate that did end in me throwing the salad at him.
Yes, lovely.
Really hard to take someone seriously shouting back at you when they've got like lettuce leaves dripping down
Wilted
their face.
rocket. When they've got a green goddess splattered on their shoulders.
But I think my way is the right way. We'll have a house that's clean and nice.
Yeah.
We'll let it get disturbed, but then it must come back to a base.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't love other people's skid marks. I will have wars over that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not for everyone.
I may have the body of your mother, but I don't want to be her. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that because I will have to bite my tongue.
I'm expecting voice notes.
Yeah, there will be.
You'll never guess what he just did. The cushions aren't plumped in the wrangle that I like to plump them. I like to plump them in the traditional cottage way, but he's done the karate chop in the middle and folded into wings.
My worst thing used to be if someone taking ages to talk and they don't put the milk in on time, and then it gets for the tea, it gets that horrible scummy layer.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I
know the scummy layer.
Yeah.
What has that to do with the timing of the milk?
Oh, if you don't put the milk in on time.
What's the time?
Quickly, basically. If you leave it without the milk for too long,
so if
and
you've poured from pot into cup.
You pour from pot into cup.
The tea is now in the cup.
Yeah, milk needs to go in lively.
Okay.
If your water's not filtered, well, listen, you're thinking, because you're doing it the correct way, obviously. If someone's from a pot might have the milk in first, but from a tea bag, milk in after, they say that's the current etiquette, is what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, I would never milk in first if I was tea bagging in the cup.
But if you don't filter your water, so there's limescale and other stuff in it. If you don't put the milk, is this fun for everyone? If you don't
think this is fun for everyone.
If you don't put the milk in quick enough, it will get that little layer, that scummy layer.
I know the scummy layer.
But it's because the milk's not in quick enough.
I think the proper way is milk after, and I think it's to do with truly rich people would say, "Oh, my bone china doesn't need protecting." By having a cold element first, it can handle the hot liquid, and then you put the cold in. But I think it just mixes better to have the milk in first. Oat milk in first. A little bit of oat milk, then pour the hot.
There's many theories.
And
I think recently when I did my tea training, which I did, what they said was the milk was actually added because it was a staining enamel teeth that people had back in the day. Oh. They had porcelain teeth, they had, and it was staining, so they added the milk.
Well, it would do that to a normal tooth, of course.
Yeah, but I think porcelain would stain a little bit more.
Anyway.
We might need to edit some of this.
No, all of that stays in.
And I can't keep down a boyfriend.
And I'll die on that hill. Right, letters time, Dane. This, listener, Deviled Egg, hi, is the part of the episode where we turn the evil eye upon you.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Thank
Do that
you.
again.
Choreography. You must rush to YouTube.
Who does your choreography?
Pineapple Dance Studios.
Wonderful.
We have asked you to write in. We've asked for your confessions or your grievances with your fellow man. Send us your confessions. Let we, the Infernal Aunties, the elderly ladies of Misrule, judge you. The places that you can send those confessions are judgment@hellpod.com. You can find us on socials at the Hellpod, or you can go to www.hellpod.com, and there is an anonymous form, so you can send it in without anyone knowing who you are. Shall we begin? I'll be mother. Let us begin. I've got a letter here. I've got a letter here from Mrs. Peacock from Clue. Love people giving us a pseudonym. Do include a nom de plume if you want. Auntie Angel, Auntie Devil, I humbly request your queenly advice. For my milestone birthday this year, I booked the neck lipo I've been wanting for decades. Backstory, I was on daily steroids for autoimmune disease during my tween years, and the result has been permanent moon face, and of course a lifetime in comedy from all the bullying. I'm about to disappear for 2 weeks as I recover at home in my fetching compression garment. How should I answer when nosy co-workers, clients, etc. ask why I'll be gone? I haven't found anything boring enough to invite no further conversation or curiosity. I'd prefer not to say is too exciting, and a minor procedure doesn't satisfy them. Kisso kisso, you absolute babes. Love this question. Love a procedure.
Also, what was your line from the other week? I'm sorry, I'm not currently
I'm sorry, I'm currently not accepting criticism at this time. It is a perfect one. I think there's two strands to this. One, lean in. And you're having a little work done. How glamorous.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm actually having a little bit of work done. Oh, no, I'm off for a couple of weeks. because I'm just having a little something. I'm having a little touching up, and then throw like a big sort of relaxed like scarfette around you.
I think bring back turbans, bring back like
Yeah.
the 1920s. The women had all those.
Yeah,
all that gear.
what's it called when you sort of tie it around so it's like
remember.
when you're in the car,
Yeah,
like a kind
let's
of
do that.
that big pair of sunglasses.
Veils.
I've had a little bit of work. I went to Harley
A bit
Street.
of work done on my knees. That's why
Yeah.
my face is all.
That's why my face is in a compression garment.
What would be the queer version of queer? Just because it's fabulous of Coventry. You know, in the old days, the women would go to Coventry when they had a baby.
Oh yeah.
So what's the? We should have a new
Sitges.
version. Yes. She's off to Milan.
She's popped off to Milan for a couple of weeks. Yeah, what could we say?
We'll have our own version, then we know what that means.
Yeah.
Dan's away in
She's at the river.
Guadeloupe. Our Lady of Guadeloupe is away currently.
I thoroughly intend on having a couple of things done.
Again.
Maybe within the next year.
Yeah.
And I do not intend to take a break from recording this podcast while I'm doing it. I'm going to be here wearing a helmet,
I mean, with that hair, it'll be hard to tell the difference. I fucked that by saying ha. With that ha.
That ha. Yeah, wigs, a turbanet.
I love you saying that because it paves the way. Because my ethos would be like, no one can know.
No, I'm leaning in.
But this, yeah. Okay, if you go
when
first,
I
I'll
get
do it.
my hair transplant to bring my hairline down to my eyebrows, when I get my third eye put in, when I start my corset work, I think lean in.
Have some ribs removed.
Yeah, I think just own it. Be like, this is what I'm having done. I'm having a little something done.
I do see those lads on the train and think you're so ballsy though, and they should be. Like I don't look down on them when they've got the little dots from when they've had all the hair transplant.
And
But,
in airports as well.
I try not look at them so they don't feel away. But I'm also looking, be like, when the time comes, I want to know what my options are.
I'm absolutely. Because I recently learned you can have it done just to reshape the hairline that you already have, even if your hairline's not going.
Right.
And it's obviously cheaper because you barely need anything doing. But a bit of me was like, I've got a little bit of a, what's it called? A devil's pig on theme. But I'd like
Widow's peak.
a widow's pig. Yeah, a widow's pig. What's a devil's pig? Isn't
Devil's
that a
peak
thing?
is our new term.
I'd quite like a widower's flat. I'd like it to be a bit more.
Enough that we've spoken about your feet
Yeah,
already.
enough about my genitals. Onto.
But I think it's great that you can have these little procedures done now. So much
Yeah.
quicker, so much better, so much. I know a straight builder lad that had his ears pinned back and he had it done in his lunch break. Like
Yeah.
in the 1640s, that would have been 4 weeks in the village.
You get a micro facelift where it's like one single stitch. It doesn't do a lot, but it just everything's just ever so slightly lifted. They recommend it for the mid-30s. So in 20 years, I should get that done. So that's one thing. I think there's real power in leaning in because I think it's quite glamorous.
Yeah.
I think we live in a day and an age where that's fine. But otherwise, what is the most boring thing that you could say you're off for? I think teeth are the most boring thing. There's something so dull when someone's, and not cosmetic teeth.
No.
When someone's just like, oh, I need a filling and a crown and
wisdom
I need
tooth
to
or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I just don't care, please. Worse than dreams. I don't want to hear about your teeth.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about what you've had done with your teeth. Tell them you've got like a jaw. Tell them you've got a jaw. Tell them you've got a jaw twinge.
There's drama within that. They'll be like, do you know, I needed a wisdom tooth taken out. And they found out that my unborn twin was inside me. Just
My unborn twin's neck was growing on my neck.
in the ceiling of my mouth. That's why I can do that harmony.
That's why I've got the range. I've got the vocal. Apparently, I've got the vocal cords of two women.
Wouldn't it be fun just to change it every time?
Yeah.
I'm a vegan now. What do I make you do?
Maybe, yeah. Do you know what? Maybe if you said you've got some boring thing, and maybe find like an annoying connective mandibular joint, something.
And make little alludes to it, like, you know, of course, that's from my previous job. We don't speak about the Moscow years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that was damage from the Moscow years, and then you could sort of claim if you wanted to. If they're like, oh, you look much slimmer around the neck, but like, well, I had that jaw work done.
But also, it's only 2 weeks, so you could invite the public not to engage with you right now. I'm locking that door. I'm playing my music. You know.
I'm having my anal fissures sewn up, so and I'm not taking any further questions at this time.
That's on a sign on the door.
Yeah. Side note: jaw surgery, complete change of the face. The what's his name method?
Yeah.
What's his name?
The one that was good looking from Glee.
The one. No.
Oh.
But close. The
What's
one
his
from High
name
School
then?
Musical.
Yeah, him.
Why am I blanking on his name?
It's your job to get the names.
Yanis, you'll know his name.
That won't know the name.
It's Zac Efron. Thank you,
Zac
Yanis. Zac Efron, who claims that the reason that his entire face is now full of filler and he looks like a mask is because he had jaw surgery 13 years ago.
He listen, you do you, but he was so good looking.
He was so good looking. And he was going more, because he used to be very boyish looking.
Yeah, he was growing up.
But he was going more daddy anyway.
Yeah.
Which is clearly what he wants. But
the jaw that they've put in is ridiculous.
But it's not even just the jaw.
The chin.
Because if it was just his jaw, I'd be like, sure, it's just his jaw.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, maybe he had like a second. But it's like his whole face and like his eyebrow, and there's like nothing moves. There is a new film coming out, or it's maybe out, which is him and Nicole Kidman.
Oh my God, I've seen it.
I'm sorry, it looks like two aliens.
It looks like AI. Oh my God, have you seen it?
It looks like Punch and Judy talking to each other.
Because her game was good for a while, but she has gone too far. Have you seen it now?
Yeah.
But
I like her.
Oh yeah, I adore her.
But especially next to him.
Yeah. I mean, he would have been, what, 30 when he got it done? He was young.
Yeah, young. I don't know.
It's scary.
35.
Like, I was talking about this the other day. Like, why can some? Because Madonna's surgery. Like, we've got all that money. It still doesn't guarantee that will work out well. Versus like J-Lo, I know genes play a part and stuff like that, but like I think
no, the people who have little subtle bits done.
As my mum said when she got her new teeth, sometimes less is besh.
Less is besh.
Less is besh.
What does Deborah Vance say in Hacks? Refresh, don't redo.
Yes, that's great.
Mrs. Peacock from Clue. Either own it and absolutely lean in, or just tell them you've got a new neck. I'm having a new neck put in. I'm having a new neck put in.
Yeah.
Or tell them it's something boring. Tell them it's teeth.
I'd still be inclined to be like, it's my body, my business, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't appreciate a 4-year-old asking me.
I don't need to be interrogated.
Do we know who this person is, do we think?
No.
No. I like the little pseudonym.
Yeah, Mrs. Peacock.
But what is Clue? Is that a...
I think it's Cluedo.
Oh, okay.
But in America, they call it Clue.
Do they?
Clue.
Stop press.
Should we play Clue?
Do they?
Americans write in. The Americans wrote in about Pret, by the way.
I saw that. And Hershey's.
Yeah.
They did have things to say.
So Pret is like all over the country, but
No, that's not what it said. Go on.
Pret is all over the country, but not in some key places where you would think it would be. So it's all over New York, but then there's some of them like Boston and Chicago.
But did you not also see the essay about how some were taken after lockdown?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Wherever they were based, we'll just say Orlando for the purpose of the thing. They were like, we used to have it, but lockdown, they got closed.
And now it's not in LA. And maybe never was. I love how much crying.
Maybe it was a mirage.
But like, you'd think of all the states, cities, places in America, LA would go for Pret, but maybe they've got too many bougie.
But I don't think LA
places.
embraces European things like New York does.
No, but they love a healthier cafe.
Yeah, but they love to do it their brand, like an American LA sun-kissed nation.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think New York is a little bit more like, we're nearer, we'll take a European thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still wanting Trader Joe's to open here.
Oh, please. We got Whole Foods.
Yeah.
We're not too far from Trader Joe's. Just one.
Yeah.
An embassy. Have you got a letter for me, my love?
I have a letter for you today, darling. Salut, you sublime succubi. Good name. Yeah. I watched Dane in Bristol supporting Rosie and was instantly in love. Listening to the podcast since you began. I would appreciate some advice from Lucifer's mistresses, please. That's a great name. I live in a house share with some gorgeous creative people. Although gorgeous, my housemates are really messy. Only one word can describe how heinous the house is. Dismesting.
Lovely.
Now, I've been that awkward, people-pleasing gay trying to keep the peace. But last week, I lost my fucking shit. After being away for 3 weeks, I came back to a house of pure filth. To my absolute horror, I came upstairs to find that the aforementioned housemates have been sleeping in my room. What's worse is they've left it in a fucking state.
Oh, no.
Get ready for this. There were some bloody ketty tissues all over my bed. Bits of false eyelash in my bed sheets, stinky socks, and a plethora of other disrespectful trash.
Oh.
I love the word plethora.
Yeah, lovely.
I lost my shit, called a house meeting, and proceeded to teach these vile humans about respect and cleanliness. After many apologies, I squeezed them for every grovel. We all agreed to be respectful and courteous. Flash to today, where they've invited someone to stay for a week without asking, which meant 2 hours of awkward boundary setting, and now I need help. How do I teach people once and for all to be clean and respectful housemates? I'm honestly so close to just leaving, but I have 6 months on the lease and £1,500 in a deposit. Love you. Keep burning.
Love that. Love that sign off.
It
Question.
is quite... Yeah.
How do you really feel about it? Ketty.
Ketamine.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
Tissues with ket in them?
No, it's from whether you've used ket and the side effects. There'll be bits of blood on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, is that like another word for like skanky, sketty?
It could be, but
Gross.
from what I understand and like...
Is it is it a snorting one? I've never done ket.
I think there's many different ways you can take ket, but I know that...
Ketamine, lovely name for a girl.
I know that users...
I'm making a note of that.
Are you?
Yeah, ketamine.
I know that users sometimes bleed.
Okay.
So that's all I need to know.
Interesting.
I think it's quite queer energy to have a house that's nicely run and clean. Like a lot of gay men, I don't know if this person is a gay man.
They are.
But a lot of gay men have this. You and I have this. We just literally spoke about how I'd want my partner to be. I think it's about playing house because you don't have control of everything when you're growing up. Oh, we're going deep. You know?
And also because we loved... I don't know if you ever played Let's Pretend we're mum and dad and you're our sons and I'll be the mum.
I never played dad.
I was the mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was an iconic watching a mum run the house, make a bread, do this. I thought that's the one I want to be.
Yeah. If you want to pick out the gay boy from a crowd of 20, find the one that's watching Nigella and daydreaming of when they too will have a copper pan set.
I certainly didn't want to play the artist formerly known as father, not paying his child benefit money. That doesn't sound fun, you know? So I think it's quite gay energy. This is next level. I feel like this person has been so exposed to these people that they've almost, it's almost a bit normal to them. There would be more than eyelash hair in the bed because I would be grabbing them by the hair and taking them out of my room. I would really go for it. Like, this is next level.
You need a lock on that door.
Yeah.
If you're going to stay for 6 months,
Yeah.
get a little lock on that door. Would be cheap to put on, first off. Secondly, that's so disgusting.
It's so
If they're
disgusting.
going to use your bed,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't anyway,
Yeah.
at the very least, clean it within an inch of its life, do all the laundry for you, put it back for you.
And if they're doing drugs and stuff like that, like, and there's fluids there, Hep B, all other stuff, like, there's loads of stuff there.
Also, have you ever seen a false eyelash in the wild on its own? Not on a human
I've
being?
seen one about to leave the girl it's on the train to Essex on my way home.
It looks like a horrible centipede.
Yeah, or like
a nasty
one half of a
creature.
tarantula, yeah.
I once screamed because there was one on like a bathroom cabinet and it looked like a really horrible insect.
What is it? It's synthetic. Oh.
Why wouldn't they just use a serum that makes them grow longer naturally?
But listen, has Lord Daniela Foxtrot ever been in a house share?
Yeah, when I was a student.
Oh my God.
Never since, but when I was a student. And had people have sex in my bed during a house party.
Oh my God.
But never had someone staying in there long term and then not cleaning
Who
up
had
after
sex in your bed?
I don't know, some randoms from university.
You weren't there to interview them.
Did some vox pops after. I think that's so gross. I don't know how you... I think you need strong disciplinary action. I think you possibly need a bodyguard. I think you could do with a dog in that room. I'm thinking some sort of booby trap situation. You know, discipline them like animals.
Yeah.
And reward them. Maybe some reward-based stuff when they do what they're told. Maybe you have a little jar of treats that you can give them. Ketamine, I don't know. Or...
Come on.
Maybe you need to put some pins in your bed before you go. Pins underneath the sheet so that when they lie down... Ow.
These people are not going to learn. Like, they're not going to learn.
No, they sound rough.
These boundaries, like, and they're creative types, I can just imagine.
Entitled.
You know? Yeah.
Nasty.
Exactly.
Stinky.
Too posh to wash.
Too posh to wash.
Yes.
They've sound
You
like
have to start poisoning your food.
You have to start poisoning your food. You have to lean into laxative effects.
Super glue on the toilet seat.
And I would say, and I always maintain this, a good use of pepper spray, mace,
Always.
whatever you like, have it ready.
Hide their mail. When a partner comes round, you say, "Oh, another partner, another day. That door's swinging." Just trying to sabotage their relationships.
Yes, ruin their lives.
Tell them their dog is dead. They might not even have a dog.
I've heard he's dead.
I always go for the petty things initially. I lived in a house share which had 16 people in it. It was a massive house share in Acton back in the day. I know.
Was it a mansion?
It was a really tall townhouse, but it just had so many rooms. And like at one point, I met a couple. I'd been living there 4 months and I'd never met them before. And I was like, oh my God. And they're like, someone keeps stealing our Sri Lankan food. I was like, that would be terrible. It was me. But we had someone that just invited a friend that never left.
Oh.
And wasn't contributing. And then the friend emptied out my cupboard and put her things in there.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I came home, emptied it back, put my stuff there, signed saying, and then brought all of her stuff to the bin down the street so she couldn't get it back. And then declared her name was Janine. And I had this song by Jan Arden that went, Janine, you bastard. And I would just repeat it really loud from the bedroom.
Do that. Is their name Janine? Do that.
Make them change the name by Deepo.
To Janine. I think you've got to go into punishment. These people are not going to learn. Because all of this that they've done to you is common decency. Any normal soul.
This is not just being a bit messy.
No. Any normal God-fearing soul would go, of course I can't do that to them. How awful. And if I do, I'm going to tiptoe around and make it look like I was never there. Yeah. The fact they've done this means they don't have boundaries.
But also, they are not going to learn. And actually, annoying about 6 months and 1,500. But this is clearly causing you stress. You don't know what you're going to come home to. And actually, sometimes you have to take a loss. Like, wouldn't it be nice to live with people that are clean? I mean...
Maybe you could get someone else to take your deposit.
Yeah.
Pay you and then transfer it or whatever.
Yeah, find one of their type and be like, do you want to live like...
And if you need to, or replace all of them. Have you got a staircase? Is it polishable? A good bit of polish and a nice loose carpet at the top of a pair of stairs sorts out a lot of issues. Send them all flying down.
Because you can have the opposite. I lived in a house that was too clean. Like, he was insane. He'd iron like the tea towels and everything, and nothing could be moved. You're like, okay, I feel like a prisoner.
Yeah.
You just have to find your tribe.
Yeah, you don't want Stepford wife.
No.
Although I'd love to be a Stepford wife.
I mean, 6 months will go quickly, but yeah, I agree. Revenge. I'm a night owl, which is always good for getting people back. Because did you want to play, bitch? Okay. Here's traditional Irish folk, 3 a.m. in the morning.
Here's some of my jigging.
Yeah. Here's the toilet flushing consistently 9 times in the middle of the night. If you want to play that game.
Here's my shamanic warbling.
Yeah, I'm willing to play that, honey. Embarrass you in front of your partners. I'm up for that. So, yeah.
Well, I hope that helps.
I hope that helped. We gave you a plethora of options there.
A good... honest gay egg listening. I hope that helped you. Hey,
I like some of the letters where they ask for advice as well.
Yeah, me too. I like to dish out advice.
Which is legally, like, you shouldn't take heed of anything we say, obviously.
Yeah, obviously don't.
Who are we to know?
If you murder them, that's not on us. But we do support it. Yeah. Hey, we're at the end of the episode.
Hey, we are. Oh, gosh. What was that?
Don't know.
Oh, please don't ever do that again.
I thought it might be a sort of end of the episode.
He did like a fun clap that was slightly missed and slightly out of time.
It was not great.
And just gave me the worst kind of straight Watford energy.
Well, look, we're at the end.
Here we are.
And there we go. Why don't you check back for other episodes next week? How about that? Every Thursday, a new episode. And... why don't you subscribe to our Patreon if you want to become a Hell VIP, a Fabergé egg, Fabergé deviled egg. You can subscribe at www.patreon.com/otherhellpod, where you'll get extended guest episodes, where we ask them special elite questions that only the VIPs hear, such as, how would you dispose of a body, Tom Allen? We will also give you a bonus episode every month, and prices start at a mere 75 pence per week.
Excellent.
What's a pence, Dane?
I wouldn't know. My lovers pay me in kind and cake. And sometimes, like your father, a combination of both.
Yeah. Or just a collection of things from the allotment.
3 spring onions and
a squash. Yeah.
A name! I love a bulbous spring onion.
Yeah.
I do. I always have. And remember, what we love more than anything is if you'd share with your friends our wonderful, wonderful podcast. Are we at 1,000 stars yet?
I'll tell you what we are at.
What?
Well over an hour on this episode. It's such a long episode.
So many people have asked for longer episodes.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
You're welcome.
Your 9 minutes of chewing there with watermelon, tamarind candy.
Anything.
But please spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell them to leave reviews. Tell them to send us letters about Dane's skin, Dane's thighs, Dane's eyes. And we...
How much better
very
looks than Dane's?
Absolutely not, no.
And finally, as always, if you want to submit any confessions or grievances for our Infernal Judgment, you can do so at www.hellpod.com. You can go to judgment@hellpod.com with an email, or you can find us on socials at the Hellpod. And those are the places you can find us.
You did that very well, Daniel.
Thank you. Well. I did it in an odd order that time. Anyway.
Goodness sake!
For God's sake! Thank you, as always, to Spotify for allowing us to use their gorgeous studios, to the angels at Auburn Jam who made our music, and to our fabulous producer,
And to Tamarind. I want to
And
shout
thank
out
you
to
to Tamarind and to Mexico.
Yes.
Kisso, kisso, bye.
Bye.